guys! Welcome back to Plum Sparkles, and welcome back to finally another banned books video. I haven't done one of these in ages. Today we are talking about And Tango Makes Three, which is a children's book about two male penguins raising a chick together at an aquarium. This is a true story. And as you can tell from the title, it got banned. So we're here to talk about it today. So the reason this book got banned was, of course, homophobia. But the funny thing about that is there is no LGBTQ plus topics discussed in this book. It is literally just a story about two penguins raising a chick together who happen to be male. Like, do you think the penguins are gay? Like, no, they're just penguins. I don't think animals can be gay, so this is just, like, ridiculous. Like, do you think the penguins are sitting around going, oh, I identify as a gay penguin? No, of course not. That's ridiculous. Animals don't think like that. So, we're going to read this entire book, and I'm going to prove to you how ridiculous it was that it got banned. The inside flap says, in the zoo there are all kinds of animal families, but Tango's family is not like any of the others. In the middle of New York City, there is a great big park called Central Park. Children love to play there. It has a toy boat pond where they can sail their boats. It has a carousel to ride on in the summer and an ice rink to skate on in the winter. Best of all, it has its very own zoo. Every day, families of all kinds go to visit the animals that live there. But children and their parents aren't the only families at the zoo. The animals make families of their own. There are red panda bear families with mothers and fathers, and furry red panda bear cubs. There are monkey dads and monkey moms raising noisy monkey babies. There are toad families and toucan families and cotton-top tamarin families too. So far it's just about the animals and the different kinds of animals that live at the zoo. And in the penguin house, there are penguin families. Every year, at the very same time, the girl penguins start noticing the boy penguins, and the boy penguins start noticing the girls. When the white girl and the white boy find each other, they become a couple. Two penguins in the penguin house are a little bit different. One was named Roy, and the other was named Silo. Roy and Silo were both boys, but they did everything together. They bowed to each other and walked together, they sang to each other and swam together. Wherever Roy went, Silo went too. They didn't spend much time with the girl penguins, and the girl penguins didn't spend much time with them. Instead, Roy and Silo wound their necks around each other. Their keeper, Mr. Gramsci, noticed the two penguins and thought to himself, they must be in love. Roy and Silo watched how the other penguins made a home, so they built a nest of stones for themselves. Every night, Roy and Silo slept there together, just like the other penguin couples. And every morning, Roy and Silo woke up together, but one day, Roy and Silo saw that the other couples could do something they could not. The mama penguin would lay an egg. She and the papa penguin would take turns keeping the egg warm until finally it would hatch, and then there would be a baby penguin. Roy and Silo had no egg to sit on and keep warm. They had no baby chick to feed and cuddle and love. Their nest was nice, but it was a little empty. One day, Roy found something that looked like what the other penguins were hatching, and he brought it to their nest. It was only a rock, but Silo carefully sat on it. And sat, and sat. When Silo got sleepy, he slept. And when Silo was done sleeping and sitting, he swam, and Roy sat. Day after day, Silo and Roy sat on the rock, but nothing happened. Then Mr. Gramsci got an idea. He found an egg that needed to be cared for, and he brought it to Roy and Silo's nest. Roy and Silo knew just what to do. They moved the egg to the center of their nest. Every day they turned it so each side stayed warm. Some days Roy sat when Silo went for food. Other days it was Silo's turn to take care of their egg. They sat in the morning and they sat in the night. They sat through lunchtime and swim time and supper. They sat at the beginning of the month, and they sat at the end of the month, and they sat all the days in between. Until one day they heard something coming from inside their egg. Peep, 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 it said. Roy and Silo called back. Squawk, squawk, peep, peep, answered the egg. Suddenly a tiny hole appeared in the eggshell, and then... crack! Out came the very own baby. She had fuzzy white feathers and a funny black head. Now Roy and Silo were fathers. We'll call her Tango, Mr. Gramsay decided, because it takes two to tango. Roy and Silo taught Tango how to sing for them when she was hungry. They fed her food with their beaks. They snuggled her in their nest at night. Tango was the very first penguin from the zoo to have two daddies. Soon Tango grew strong enough to leave the nest. Roy and Silo took her for a swim, just like all the other penguin families. And all the children who came to the zoo could see Tango and her two fathers playing in the penguin house with all the other penguins. Hooray, Roy! Hooray, Silo! Welcome, Tango! They cheered. At night, the three penguins returned to their nest. There they snuggled together, and like all the other penguins in the penguin house, and all the other animals in the zoo, and all the other families in the big city around them, they went to sleep. And then we have an author's note, which basically just says that it's a true story. And that is the whole book. Now, to play devil's advocate, I will have a section of this video where I give some criticism of this book. I don't like the part of the book where the zookeeper says that the two penguins must be in love, because that's not what it is. Animals don't fall in love the way humans fall in love. They find a mate to breed with, to continue the species, because that's their instinct. It's not romantic love like humans experience. So I think that is a bit anthropomorphizing them, and I don't think that that is necessarily scientifically accurate. But that has nothing to do with the whole gay thing. I would give the same criticism if it was a male and a female penguin. So that's my only criticism of this book. I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. I still really like it. I would recommend it. That was the only thing I would say about it. And I definitely don't think that thing alone is worth banning the book over. My review on And Tango Makes 3. Let me know what you think down below. Bye, guys.